Hey there, curious vapors. Welcome to Cloud Theorem. I'm Deviated Septum, and today I am unboxing and reviewing the Aspire Spryte. Can't really drink out of this Spryte, but it's really good for vaping. So the word on the street is this is quite a popular unit, and I'm here to see what the fuss is all about. According to the box, the contents inside are a Spryte device, extra O-rings, silicone seal, one micro USB device, one warranty card, one user manual, two coils, one 1.8 ohm, and one 1.2 ohm intended for salt nicotine based products. Let's open this thing up and look inside. Ooh, okay. The user manual, of course. The device dimensions are 95 millimeters by 35 millimeters by 19 millimeters. Adjustable airflow. Here's the silicone seal. Looks like there's two spare O-rings. And the device itself. Very interesting shape here. We have to present you with a very clear warning anytime we present a vape device or juice. So let's have that. It's the diagonal stance on this thing is a little strange. I guess the intention is for like a sleek look, kind of like a race car, you know? It's standing still, but yet it's going fast. Probably, oh. Let's try that. Whoa, you could easily just knock this thing right over. That could be a little bit of an issue. Let's take the top off and look further. It's got a 650 milliamp battery. Here's the adjustable airflow. This is a nice feature. I'm going to be putting in some salt-based nicotine, so we're going to need the 1.2 coil in here. Just unscrew this. Okay. Here's the 1.2 ohm coil. Let's look at the 1.8 coil for regular eJuice, just to compare them to the salt nic coil. I don't really see any real distinctions here, other than, of course, the label on the side. This says 1.2 ohms, and this says 1.8. Both of these coils are BVC coils. I'm going to install the 1.2 ohm coil for salt-based nicotine eJuice. It's a fairly simple process. You just go ahead and screw it in, get it nice and tight, and now it's time to prime this baby, which is definitely a good practice anytime you're installing a new coil into any device. I'm going to be using the Lush Ice by VGod, which is a salt nic. It's good to not overdo it, of course, so just a little bit, just a hint of juice, basically. That's nice and primed. Let's go ahead and put it into the pod. Just screw that right in there. All right, that's in. Right over here is the silicone seal. Let's just pop that open so we can put our juice inside. Gotta get it nice and full. This is a 3.5 milliliter tank, which should definitely hold plenty of juice. Probably should last you through the day. All right, let's seal this up. Anytime you first put juice into a brand new coil, it's always good practice to just let it sit right side up for about 5-10 minutes. That way the juice absorbs into the cotton and you won't get that burn taste. According to the website, the coil should last you about 4 to 5 full tanks. After that, and you need to replace it, of course there's replacements, both the 1.2 and the 1.8 ohms right here. Each box has 5 coils in it, which should definitely last you quite some time, even if you're a heavy vapor. When the airflow is completely open, you get a DTL, which is a direct to lung hit. When you close it all the way and just leave a little bit of an opening, that's more of an MTL, which is a mouth to lung experience, very close to smoking a cigarette. All right, I've let this sit for about 5 minutes, and now it's time to pop it into the device and see what happens next. You just go ahead and put that right in until it clicks, just like that. To turn it on, you press it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blink 3 times to let you know it's on. And when you press it 5 more times, it'll turn off, and blink 3 times once more to let you know that it's off. There's a break-in period, and you need to take about 10 to 15 hits before the flavor really comes through. So let's go ahead and do that now. The more and more I hit this, the more the flavor is present, and it's definitely starting to work really well. It's a nice warm vape, which is rather rare in a device this size. I really like that. On the side here, there's 2 sections with air holes, and you can see the top hole right there is where the air comes in when you hit the device. There's a constant output of 12 watts in here. No matter how much juice you have in your battery, you're always going to get 12 watts. Some of these devices, as you're using it and depleting the battery, the wattage tends to drop a little bit, but this is consistent all the way through. And it also has passive charging, which means that you can vape while charging on the device. Charging the device is very simple. You just plug the charger right here into the bottom. It takes about 1 to 1.5 hours to fully recharge the battery once it's completely dead. As you're using the device, the color which it emits when you're pressing the button is also supposed to tell you how charged the battery is. Right now when you press the button, the color is purple, which means the battery is fully charged. Eventually, it's going to get to blue, which means the battery is kind of mid-level, and finally red, which means the battery is almost dead. Another very unique feature in this device is it has an auto shut-off. If you accidentally activate this device, after 5 seconds, it'll turn off. I'm still not really a fan of the fact that the device is kind of diagonal, which means it could be knocked over easily. When you're not using the cap, it could be installed in the bottom of the device so you don't lose it. Let's try that out. That's rather strange. So if you put the cap on the bottom, I guess it doesn't stand up at all. I noticed that even when you put the cap back on, it's kind of really loose and you could accidentally pop it right off. Even if you were to cap this thing off and put it in your pocket, I could see this thing coming off very, very easily. We're looking at the black version of the device, but it actually comes in 5 different colors. Let's have a look at that. Whoops, that didn't quite work out. Let's give that another try. Ah, much better. All right, here's the black version, which we were looking at up close. And there's also olive green, gray, blue, and pink. Pink? On to the pros and cons. I'm gonna start with the pros. I really like the fact that this produces excellent flavor and a warm vape. I'm personally definitely a fan of the warm vape. The next pro is the fact that it has constant output of 12 watts. I really like the fact that you're always gonna get 12 watts no matter how much battery is left in here. And even when your battery is dead, you could still vape on it while charging. That's great. My last pro is gonna be the fact that you can't accidentally alter the airflow in here by putting it in your pocket or somewhere else. It'll always be as you first intended it when you put the pod into the device. On to the cons. Standing this thing up, not the best idea. Easily gets knocked over, and when you take the top off and put it in the bottom, you can't stand it up at all. I could see myself losing this top piece in no time. And since we're covering the top, I also really don't like how loose it is. Even when it's in the right place on top, it easily just falls right off. Not the tightest fit. These are all subjective thoughts, but I don't like the fact that it's super purple when you press this button. I feel like I'm at a cosmic bowling session or something. Super bright. Say you're watching moving and you're enjoying a dark setting, every time you press this button, I feel like my whole face is gonna be illuminated purple. That wraps it up for the cons. Overall, I like the device, I like its size, I really like the warm vape. So far, that's been my favorite part. That's gonna be it for me. As always, there's a 10% off discount in the description down below. Go ahead and take advantage. For the last proverbial hit, and we say goodbye. All right, vapors. I'm Deviated Septum, and you've been watching Cloud Theorem. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.